My mom chose my brother over me, and I finally know. Why? I used to think my mom just didn't like me. She never said it out loud, but she didn't have to. When my brother Mason and I were kids, she'd show up to every one of his baseball games, rain or shine, screaming his name from the stands. But when I had my piano recitals, she'd suddenly get stuck in traffic. She always said Mason needed more support because boys mature slower, but I knew what it really meant. He was her favorite. It became a pattern. If Mason failed a test, Mom would say, he's just tired. If I got an A, she'd ask why it wasn't an A+. When we both turned 18, she gave Mason her old car and told me I didn't need one yet. I started avoiding her calls, holidays, everything. By 23, I'd moved to another city, barely talking to my family except quick Merry Christmas texts. Then one afternoon, Mason called. His voice was quiet, shaky. Mom's in the hospital, he said. You should come. I almost didn't, but something in his tone pulled me back home. When I walked into that sterile hospital room, she looked smaller than I'd ever seen her. She smiled weakly. Hey, sweetheart. I wanted to stay cold, to remind her how many birthdays she'd missed. But the way she looked at me stopped me. There was guilt and fear. Mason stepped out to grab coffee, and she motioned for me to come closer. I owe you the truth, she whispered. She told me when we were little, Mason had been in a car accident. I was only 4. He was 6. She'd been driving. He'd unbuckled his seatbelt, and when she hit the brakes, he hit the dashboard hard. He almost didn't make it. She blamed herself for everything. His scars, his therapy, his fear of loud sounds. She swore she'd make it up to him, even if it meant neglecting me. She thought she was protecting him by giving him everything, and she thought I was strong, enough not to need her. I didn't know what to say. For years, I thought she just didn't love me. But she loved me differently, and maybe badly, but it came from guilt, not hate. A week later, after she passed, Mason gave me a box from her nightstand. Inside was a note in her shaky handwriting. I spent your whole life trying to fix a mistake that wasn't yours. I just hope you can forgive me for making another one. I cried for hours, not just because she was gone, but because, for the first time in my life, I finally understood her.